Imagine this. What if your past, present, and future all exist right now? Are you watching this video, being born, and lying on your deathbed all at the same time? As bizarre as it sounds, there's a possibility that it's true. But how can that be? What does it even mean? How does time really work? Let's take a moment to explore this paradox. Buckle up, this is going to be a wild ride. The universe as a giant painting. Picture the universe as a child with a big box of crayons, painting pictures on sheets of paper. Each picture captures everything happening in the universe at a single moment. Now, imagine that every time a new moment comes along, the child draws a new picture. In this way, time becomes like a movie, with each moment replacing the one before it. The past is the image that's already been drawn and is now gone, while the future is an empty page yet to be filled. This is how time feels, right? Every moment is replaced by the next, and it's easy to think that the past is long gone while the future hasn't happened yet. But what if time is something completely different? What if time is a block? What if instead of time being a continuous flow, it's more like a stack of pictures already drawn and stacked on top of each other? This way, the entire history of the universe exists as a block, past, present, and future, all coexisting in the same space. The strange part? In this block of time, all moments are equally real. The past, the present, and the future are all part of the same timeline, and they exist at the same time. It might sound a little off, but according to the theory of relativity, this could actually be the case. Relativity and the block of time. Here's where things get a bit mind-bending. According to relativity, time and space aren't separate entities. They are part of a single, connected fabric called spacetime. When you move through space, you're also moving through time. And depending on how you move, you experience time differently from others. In other words, your now isn't the same as someone else's now. If you're moving at a different speed than another person, what you perceive as now may be entirely different. So, your experience of the present is unique to you. There are many nows in the universe, and they are all equally real, depending on your perspective. This also means that the past and the future aren't fixed in the way we imagine. 3 aliens, 3 nows. Let's break it down with a fun example. Imagine 3 alien spaceships in space, each 1,000,000 light years away. The first one is just hovering in space, not moving relative to you. You and this spaceship experience the same. Now, you both live in the same present moment. If you had an instant video call, you could chat with them about, well, whatever aliens chat about. The second spaceship is moving away from you at 30 kilometers per second. It's moving differently through time than you are, meaning it experiences a different now. If you could somehow talk to these aliens, they might be able to chat with your ancestors from 1924 when humanity was just starting to understand the universe. The third spaceship is flying towards you at the same speed. Now, this spaceship experiences yet another now. If you could communicate with them, they'd be talking to your descendants in 2124, when humanity might have cities on Mars and Venus. So now, we've got 3 different nows. Which one is the right one? Well, that's where things get tricky. Cosmic democracy and time. Relativity tells us that every observer's point of view is equally valid. This idea is called cosmic democracy. No matter where you are in the universe, your perspective of now is as real as anyone else's. And this means that past, present, and future must all exist at the same time in the same way. The universe isn't like a movie, with one moment following another. Instead, it's like a static block where all moments, past, present, and future, coexist. But how can that be? The frozen block of time. Think about a galaxy far beyond what we can see with our telescopes. Even though it's too far to visit or observe, it still exists. The same could apply to the future. The future might already be there, even though we haven't experienced it yet. If the past and future both exist in the same way as the present, then time isn't flowing. Instead, it's like a frozen block of cosmic ice where everything that will ever happen has already been decided. But if this is true, what happens to free will? Can you really make choices if the future is already written? Quantum uncertainty, free will, and the future. This is where quantum physics throws a wrench in the works. Unlike classical physics, quantum mechanics is built on uncertainty. Certain events, like the decay of a radioactive atom, can't be predicted with certainty. It's not that we don't know how to calculate it, it's that quantum particles are fundamentally random. Imagine that one of these quantum events, like the decay of an atom, causes a chain reaction, leading to a genetic mutation that produces a new species. Now imagine that the timeline splits, one timeline where the mutation happens and another where it doesn't. If the future is uncertain at the quantum level, how can the entire future be predetermined? The growing block universe. Let's go back to our block universe idea. What if instead of being a frozen block, time is more like a growing block with new moments constantly added? Instead of everything already being decided, new possibilities arise as time progresses. The future isn't set in stone. It's still being created, one moment at a time. This way, your future is open again. You can make decisions, like leaving earlier so you won't miss the bus. Time is still dynamic, but now it's a growing process, not a static reality. Time, the illusion or reality. So, which is it? Does time flow, or is it all a frozen block of moments already decided? The truth is, no one really knows. What we've discovered so far are two ways to look at time. One where the past, present, and future exist together as part of a frozen block, and one where the future is constantly evolving and open to change. Some scientists argue that now only makes sense from your perspective, while others believe that time itself might not even exist in the way we think it does. It might just be an illusion, something our brains conjure up to make sense of our experiences. And then there are theories suggesting that time might emerge from a deeper layer of reality, like heat emerging from the movement of molecules. The paradox of time. Ultimately, the concept of time is elusive. It's abstract, and while we can study its effects, the true nature of time might be beyond human comprehension. But here's the thing. Even though time is a mystery, we still have the ability to understand and explore the universe. And that's something we can appreciate. So, what do you think? Does the future already exist, or is it still being written? Are we all just part of a movie, or do we have the power to shape our future? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And remember, stay curious. Bye-bye.